Yo, what is going on, you derpy Diglett? Coming at you with another ADP deck that can turn one GX attack. We got ADP Magcargo-GX Mewtwo deck. The point of this deck is to utilize Welder and Rainbow brushes so we can potentially get off that turn one Alter Creation GX attack. And then from there, we Ultimate Ray. Sometimes we need to take a big knockout with the Lava Flow, or we can use Mewtwo to copy either of those attacks. Or if we want to avoid the fairy weakness, we can use Mewtwo to Alter Creation and then go into a Lava Flow. The deck is super cool, a ton of fun, and just really interesting. You don't see Rainbow Brush very often. Yeah, let's go ahead, get into some games, and I'll show you guys how it runs. All right, getting into our first one, our opponent is going first, so we are going to try and get off that turn one GX attack. We did get the Jirachi start. We got a Slugma and a Magcargo. We're going to go chill, hold on to those guys. We got the Welder. We have a Cherish Ball to find the ADP. It's lacking some fire energy right now. We are up against a control deck, mill deck, so we do play the Cryogonal to give ourselves a chance in this matchup. We got like heavy water energy as well. Heavier water energy count than normal. There's a Mareep though. That guy definitely makes things difficult. You hate to see the Mareep. We're gonna do our best here still. Definitely a tough matchup. Definitely tough. We're still gonna try an ADP GX attack and then go from there. So we got the Cherish Ball. I'm gonna thin out the ADP immediately here. Take a look at some of the other stuff in here. 4 of our switch are here. Our Escape Board is here. Yeah, 3 water. Oh no, Cryogonal's prize. So we're gonna have to draw a couple early prizes here to find the Cryogonal and then get him in play, get him going, give ourselves a better chance at this one. 2 Hearth are here. So take the ADP, and then I'm going to Stellar Wish, no Hearth, take the Quick Ball, I guess. I'm gonna go ahead and bench ADP. I'm gonna bench the Oranguru. Yeah, Quick Ball away this. We're gonna go with a Dedenne change here, I think. Let's see. I'm gonna grab the other ADP. I think I'm just gonna thin that out of the deck. I don't even know if I want to set up a Magcargo in this game. Grab the Dedenne. I guess it theoretically can't hurt. Yeah. All right, sure. I'm gonna go ahead and put the Welder back on top of the deck here before we draw. There's a fire energy. Attach the fire to the ADP. I could Rainbow Brush it this turn immediately. Did it change? Yeah, let's go ahead and just Rainbow Brush it into a metal. There we go. And then we don't top deck the Welder now, but I think that's like fine. There's still a good chance, a better chance to find it than not. Did not find it, but that is fine. And once again, still fine. Gonna go ahead and we're gonna save this to bump our opponent's stadium actually, because they do play the oh so annoying, what's it called, Slumbering Forests. Yeah, so we're gonna have to draw our first prize cards here as soon as possible, and then yeah, draw our first prize card here as soon as possible. Hopefully find the Cryogonal, then go into the Cryogonal, so that can help us set up more prize cards. Because what we can do is we can knock out a Lily's Pokédoll with Cryogonal, and then our opponent can't put another Lily's Pokédoll in play, which means if we can, you know, switch it out of the active, it gets put to sleep, or just retreat it. Then we just go back into the ADP, use Ultimate Ray, or maybe we can just use Cryogonal again on the next turn, depending on what we actually hit, or we could actually trap in the active. Just kind of depends on the situation. But we can just go with the what's it called combo from there. Just go ahead and just be stop the doll from going to play, and then just go with the Ultimate Ray from there. All right, another switch is pretty good. Go ahead and throw this play now. Get rid of that stadium from our opponent. We're gonna go ahead and thin out the Wob. I don't think Wob is gonna be necessary in this one. Go ahead and Stellar Wish. There is a Welder. That's exactly what we want here. I definitely want to try and find the Escape Board because I don't want to switch this Jirachi. I want to save the switches if possible. So I'm gonna go ahead and Welder 1 energy here to the ADP. Another Welder to Dedenne. Got the Magcargo-GX. I'm gonna go ahead and put one of these on top, and then we might no Escape Board still. That's fine. Attach the water and then switch into the ADP, and we will Alter Creation GX. Set ourselves up to start drawing 2 prize cards with each of these knockouts. Yeah, we'll see what our opponent's got going from here. The Mareep obviously is in the active. We could have knocked that out with Ultimate Ray, but then that offsets our prize trade. Except I guess we do play the catchers, so we could catcher up Zacian at some point and actually knock him out. for 3 prize cards. So if we had actually ultimate raid the Mareep, it wouldn't actually have been that bad. It wouldn't have offset our prize raid that much. It's only if we find our catcher before our opponent mills them, and then we also hit heads though. I think maybe just being more aggressive with the altar creation is still maybe the way to go here. All right, there we go. Slumbering Forest, we're asleep. Gotta flip 2 heads to get out of this now. Maybe we'll get lucky. I'm interested as to why they put the air balloon here, because now they can't save the Mareep potentially for the turn. I mean, we'll see. They might have a there goes a Lucamine, recover, another Slumbering Forest. Here we go, endless Slumbering Forest on the way. Yeah, we'll see if they have a oh, all right, so we have a good chance here to knock out this Mareep, and maybe don't have to deal with it for a couple turns. We do get the tails, but we do have the switch, so it's not that big of a deal. I'm gonna go ahead and Primate Wisdom this on top. Dodge another fire. I'm gonna go ahead and Crushing Charge. Put it on the. Let me put it on the Dedenne here. We're just gonna switch and retreat, basically. Switch to Dedenne. Retreat Dedenne, and then Ultimate Ray. Not gonna play any more cards out of our hand. We're not gonna play a supporter for the turn. Our opponent's definitely gonna be looking to start milling our cards. Not gonna take anything. See what we get here. That is not Cryogonal. That is also not Cryogonal. The only thing we were looking for there was Cryogonal. We did not find him. So we're gonna have one more hit to try and find Cryogonal, and I mean, hopefully we find it. Hopefully we find the Cryogonal. That's what we're looking for here. We need Cryogonal. We don't want to be sitting here dealing with Pokédolls over and over and over again. We're not gonna be able to win the game, or it's gonna be that much harder to win the game if we have to sit here and swing through Lily's Pokédolls every single turn. Very draining. There is a Ditto. Maybe we should have kept the Wob around, but we need this last place for Cryogonal, so no, never mind. That wouldn't have worked out. Could have maybe not put the Magcargo down. I don't have the biggest idea. I don't have the most knowledge in this matchup ever. Definitely don't know for sure what we want to do to try and handle this matchup. There's a fire energy to the Ditto, so that guy's just getting set up ready to attack, I guess. I don't think they can one-shot us. They're probably just setting it up, excuse me, for the Magcargo-GX. Caitlyn Cynthia, ditch Faba, get the Surge back. Yeah, Faba's not going to do anything in this matchup. We have the Stadium replacement, which is nice here with the Slumbering Forest, but we know they have another one in hand, so it doesn't really do a whole ton for us to replace it until we know it like leaves their hand potentially. So there's no reason for us to put this Hearth in play unless we know the other Slumbering Forest leaves their hand, or we need energy. There's discard 3. What did they get? All right. Still have the other 2 switch and water energy in the deck. That's all we're worried about here. There's another Mareep. We might get lucky here, and against the Mareep deck, I feel like you sometimes do just have to get lucky. Here's the sleep. They have the forest, but Mareep is now trapped in the active. So if we wake up, we can knock it out. And then we're just 1 knockout from winning the game. Do we get 2 heads? No, not this time. Unfortunate. Top deck, Welder. I think it's worth it to actually dig for the switch here. Because we are in a position where our opponents, I think they kind of messed up a little bit. The Mareep's in the active, basically is what I'm trying to say here. We have 2 switches left. Go ahead and Welder to just the Jirachi, I guess. 1, 2, 3. There's the water. We definitely want to save that. Wisdom that back on top of the deck. Let's see what we get. Quick Ball. Gonna go ahead and play this Cherish. Grab Dedenne. And then we have 2 catchers in the deck, 2 switch. So I think we just go for it here and try and win with that route. We're not even gonna worry about the alternative route of trying to use gonna thin out the Slugma. Of trying to use what's his name? Play this. Gonna grab another card to thin out the Cryogonal. Cryogonal in the prize cards, unfortunately. Would definitely love to use him, but he's not with us right now. There's both switch. So we're gonna switch into Jirachi. We're going to retreat and then Ultimate Ray 1 energy out of the deck into play on the Jirachi once again. Get ourselves probably a metal actually. Do they play? They don't play Crushing Hammers, I don't think. So we're just gonna probably grab the let's get a fire to be safe here onto the Jirachi. Our 2 more prize cards. We have 2 catchers left in the deck. They can't mill out our whole deck this turn. There is Cryogonal, so now we actually do have the option of Cryogonal if our bench ever gets cleared up, which might never happen, so theoretical option of Cryogonal. But yeah, we have 11 cards left in deck. They can mill 13 in a turn. I guess we're not set up to deal with anything with a ton of HP right now, so if they send up Magcargo-GX for a turn, but they're probably just going to chill for a turn and then try and win over 2 turns. They might play 1 Bryson Man this turn to get us down to 10 cards, and then try and go for the full combo the next turn. But we do have the switch, and we have 2 catchers left, like I said, so we're just going to go for the win next turn. If we hit it, awesome. If we whiff, oh well. There's a Lieutenant Surge. There's a Lucamine. Play 2 Lucamine, so they play the Lucamine chain actually in this one. That's fine. Comes Lucian, they get a Bryson Man and a Surge. So we're gonna get Bryson Man here. We just need him to not mill both of our catchers. Hopefully 0 of the catchers. Let's see. All right, both catchers left in the deck. They did get our Escape Board, but I don't think it's gonna be that big of a deal. We should be able to see every single card in our deck on this turn, I think. We can play the Energy Spinner. We can take a Fire, and then we can swap it with the top deck, and then we will Crushing Charge it out of the deck like this. Let's go ahead and throw it on Jirachi. Sure, why not? Doesn't matter. And then we're going to go ahead and switch into Jirachi. We're going to... I guess we didn't even need the switch. We just weren't even asleep there. Whatever. We're playing the whole hand out. Research. Yeah, I was like playing like we were asleep. I was like playing if our opponent got everything. And here we go. Our 2 Pokemon catchers. We have 2 flips. First one is a Tails. Second one is a Heads. So we're going to get the dub over our opponent's Mareep, Sleep Lock, Mill deck here in the end. 3 Ultimate Rays. Didn't have to get lucky to get double Heads to KO Mareep, but we still managed to pull it together and get the dub in the end. Alright, we won the coin flip on this one. We will go first, so we don't have to get off. Or we can kind of chill a little bit more. As long as we get ourselves... This is a pretty good starting hand if we get ourselves an ADP to attach to. Even if we whiff, we could still try and get off the turn. Yeah, we just want an ADP here. Let's see. Draw for turn is a Quick Ball, which can get us an ADP. I would prefer a Cherish Ball, though. No Cherish Ball. We did find a Welder that we could use for next turn, but that's unnecessary. We could get the switch, though. We can switch into the ADP on the next turn. Now it's all just what do we want to Quick Ball away. The Cryogonal could always be pretty cool, so I kind of want to hold on to Cryogonal. The only thing I'm thinking is, do I want to hold on to the Cryogonal? I think I'm going to be able to utilize it. I have no idea what our opponent's playing. You never know if you're going to want it or not. All right, let's get rid of the Fire. Get ourselves the ADP. Have the switch for next turn so we can get into the ADP, catch the metal, and pass over to our opponent. We got the turn 2 Magcargo as well, which is perfect. That's what you want, the turn 2 Magcargo. We don't have to use Welder. Don't have to find the Welder combo. So it's looking pretty good so far. We just need to see what our opponent is actually playing. Yeah, I didn't really want to give up the Fire Energy because we could attach that and then paintbrush it, but it's not necessary. There's a Greens Exploration, so they're playing Hoopa. Playing greens. You don't see greens decks very often anymore these days. Is it ADP greens? Is it ADP something? Is it green? What do they got? What do they got going on here? You don't see it very often anymore. The Hoopa or greens. You don't see Hoopa or greens very often anymore. Both cards not as strong as they used to be. Mostly because they can't keep up very well with ADPization. Alright, there we go. Tag Call and another greens. We'll see. It looks like it's probably some kind of ADP deck still. No? Okay, they are getting spicy in here. Baramosa Buzzwole, Giratina, Garchomp tag teams coming out. Alright, alright. Should be pretty good for us still, though. I think we got this one. We're in a good spot still, despite these... It's kind of unknown. I don't know what to expect coming out of our opponent here coming up. We'll see. Alright, see what our draw is. It is a Great Catcher. That's not going to do a lot. We're in a Stellar Wish. Before we anything else, we're gonna Quick Ball away the Great Catcher now. Get ourselves a Oranguru. Seems best. Yeah, the Oranguru, the option of the Oranguru seems pretty good. Oranguru down, switch into the ADP, Magcargo-GX, and then we're gonna play this Professor's Research and draw ourselves 7 cards. No energy to be seen is not good. We're gonna try and save one of these Welders here. Maybe we get an energy. If we get any energy here, we're good. Okay, we got a Fire Energy. That works. We paintbrush that out for the water. And then we can go ahead and Ultimate Ray. Could Dedenne change. Kind of don't want a Dedenne change. Not Ultimate Ray, Alter Creation. Yeah, Alter Creation, we're set up. We're ready to go now. Alter Creation. GX attack in effect. See what our opponent's got going on now. They can hit us with the Evil Admonition, but then we'll Ultimate Ray, draw 2 prize cards, and then we just set up the Magcargo and just KO one of these guys and then win the game. So, I mean, we're just seemingly in a really good spot for what our opponent's playing here. The shenanigans our opponent's got going on with this Buzzmosa, Giratina Garchomp tag team deck. No idea what to expect from their deck at all. There's a Surge and a Greens. So they're prepping for us taking this knockout next turn. But I'm gonna Ultimate Ray. I'm gonna take this knockout. I'm gonna set up the Magcargo. The Magcargo is gonna be ready to go to knock out one of those other guys on the next turn. Then that should be game. Gonna start with the Pokégear here. Fail. I think we're just gonna go into Dedenne change. So I'm gonna Quick Ball away Wob, get something that we don't really need. Shouldn't need another ADP, I don't think, but we might want it. We might want the Magcargo line. Jirachi, let's get rid of Jirachi. Let's get rid of the second Jirachi. We have one switch, one escape board left. I think this will be fine to get rid of. And I could save the Welder, I guess. Saving Welder seems pretty good. And there's a fire energy. All right, so we can go ahead and throw that there. And then Dedenne change. Draw some new cards. Hearth. What would we even Hearth away? Could Hearth away the Hearth. I could Rainbow Brush this fire. Get ourselves a metal there. Get that fire in the deck. Don't need to. Well, we could Welder, I guess, but Weldering here doesn't seem too ridiculously good. But drawing cards does seem kind of ridiculously good. So, sure. Welder to the Magcargo. 2 fires. 3 cards. Okay. Then we'll go ahead and use that ultimate ray. Knock out this Hoopa. We only need 2 more energy. I'm gonna get 1 water for the Cryogonal, and then I'll get 1 fire for the Magcargo. Because we only need 1 more energy attachment here on the Magcargo to be able to take knockouts with it. So I don't need to put any more than that. We're down to 4 prize cards, so if we put 1 more on here, we're doing 250 plus the plus 30 from Alter Creation, so that's 280. These guys got 270. This guy's weak to fire and has 260, so should just be knockout. I fully expect to get stamped here, but that's fine. We could have maybe put 1 more energy here to be safe. But if this thing gets knocked out somehow from our opponent, which I don't know what they're playing. Like there's a couple combinations of cards that could come up that could happen that we'd want to avoid. So this thing could get knocked out next turn. So I don't want to overcommit energy to this. Basically, if I commit that extra energy and then it gets knocked out, could just start to run out of energy, which we're trying to avoid. So we're just gonna go with the put 3 here. We'll get 1 as an attachment for turn, most likely on the next turn. Let's see. There's a Swell. There's a Beast Ring. Are they going to tag switch up to the Tina Chomp? And then they could have done something like Roxy's and then Great Catcher this. I don't know. I'm not trying to deal with the shenanigans our opponents got going on. Maybe GGN could have happened. GGN could have definitely happened. Yeah, I'm not trying to deal with the shenanigans, the potential shenanigans our opponent might have. So playing it safe. Put 3 there. Don't lose too many of energy. Currently, we still just win the game with an attachment, though. There's a Caitlyn and Cynthia. All right, I think the shenanigans are pretty limited for the rest of the turn now. Now that we've seen this, I'm not too afraid of what our opponent could potentially throw at us anymore. Big Charm's cool, but I don't think it's going to be enough. There's a Chaotic Swell. Once again, it's not going to be enough. And this one should be closed out real soon here, even though they are going to get this knockout on our ADP. Then we just follow up with the Lava Flow for... Oh, no, they did have the Big Charm. So that means we need... Oh, we do need an extra energy now because of that. We could go just with the Frozen Lock, though, and slow them down and then knock them out in the next turn. So still shouldn't be that big of a deal. We'll see what our Stellar Wish gets us. We could also get a Great Catcher and knock out, or just use the Catcher and get heads. Or we just top deck a Welder, and that also works. Or we could have put an energy on the top of the deck with a Oranguru, then Crushing Charged it. There was too many things. There was too many things. There was actually an insane amount of ways that we get the win here. And, well, we did it this way. Yeah, I completely forgot about the Crushing Charge as well. Like, yeah. And that's going to do it for this video on the ADP Magcargo-GX deck. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give the video a like. If you enjoyed the content, be sure to subscribe. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Have a good day. Thanks for watching, and peace.